What could have brought me here? That's the magic question.
Yeah, and that's a question that you are going to answer, buddy. Now. Right now. Well, what is it? What are you doing in Starlight? Why did you come here?
I've already told you twice.
And you have lied to me twice.
I don't like people pointing guns at me, Bonnie. Put that thing away.
Why, so that you can overpower me?
Overpower you?
Yeah, that's right. You don't like me any more than you like my daughter. Now, what the hell are you doing here? Huh? What, Mr. Hayes? What are you after?
I'm not after anything, Bonnie. I'm here because I'm attracted to your daughter.
Bull. That is a lie.
No, it's not. It's not a lie.
Yes, it is. A rich oil man like you romancing a country girl? Oh, no. We might not be street smart here in Starlight, but we're certainly not as stupid as you seem to think we are.
Well, you're so convinced that I'm after something. Why don't you tell me what you think it is?
You are beginning to try my patience, sir. Now, I don't think that you want to do that. Because lest we misunderstand each other, I will use this gun if I have to.
Why? What is so important that would make you use this gun, Bonnie? Unless I pose some sort of a threat to you. Is that it? And if that's true, what kind of a threat am I? What could I possibly know that would make you point that gun at me?
You do know something, don't you?
Don't be a fool. You'd never get away with it.
That's a chance I'm gonna take.
Lloyd, are you there?
Yes, Faith, I'm in here.
Well, open the door. That is, if you're decent.
You wanted to see me?
Where have you been? I've been looking all over for you.
Obviously, I haven't been available.
Dad wanted you at that meeting.
Well, I talked to Dad already.
So where you been?
I've been busy, Ridge.
All right, you've been busy. Look, will you fill Jake in? Dad wants him to do some publicity on the new fabric.
I'm going to get Reed to handle that.
What's wrong with Jake?
Nothing. He just doesn't work here anymore.
What do you mean?
I fired him. That's what I mean.
You fired Jake?
That's what I just said.
Why?
Because he didn't work out.
Didn't work out. Thorne, you've been high on that guy for weeks.
Well, I'm not anymore.
Thorne, what the hell happened?
He slept with my wife. That's what the hell happened.
Thank you for making the time for us.
No problem.
You made time for my sister, Dr. Hayes, not for me.
Jake, enough with the attitude.
Wait a minute, Margot. You told me that he wanted to see me.
She wanted me to see you. I agreed to come. This was not my idea.
Then the session is over.
Amen.
Jake, if you walk out that door, you're not doing yourself one damn bit of good.
And if I stay, Margot, how's that going to help? You tell me. Is this doctor going to take away something my family did to me 20 years ago? Not a chance. You both know that. I'm sorry, Dr. Hayes, but you're nothing but a Band-Aid for me.
I can help stop the bleeding. If you want me to, Jake. And in my opinion, you are bleeding uncontrollably right now.
The bold and the beautiful. This portion sponsored by Tide. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.
Hey, you gonna keep me waiting out here in this hall all
I'm coming.
What's going on in here?
I was just kind of getting ready to come down and visit with you.
Really?
Yeah, come on in.
Well, I see my mama's come and gone. How was your all's little chat?
She doesn't trust me.
Does that bother you?
Frankly, yes.
Well, it shouldn't. Only thing ought to bother you is if I don't trust you. And I do.
You trust me, a rich oil man from Houston, Texas, down here in Starlight because of a country girl named Faith Roberts?
It's kind of unbelievable, isn't it?
Sure is hard for your mother to believe.
I don't understand why you just won't tell me for once and for all. Why did you come back here, Blake?
There's only one thing in this little town that interests me, Faith, and she's standing right here in front of me.
You gotta have all kinds of women, beautiful women, back in Houston and L.A. Women of society and models. Beautiful women with breeding and money and beautiful clothes. I'm not anything but me.
Faith is a word we use in the oil business. Quality. Quality crude, quality fields, quality men working for you. Have you ever seen a quality oil field, Faith?
I wouldn't know if I did.
No, you probably wouldn't, because it's generally just undeveloped scrub grass. You wouldn't build a house on it or a barn. You wouldn't have any fancy folks running around playing polo on it either. But it's quality. It's the best. You see, if I went around judging folks because of the money they have or the school they went to or didn't go to, I wouldn't be anywhere near where I am today. And you see, that's you. You're quality. You're a very special, special woman. And I really thank the stars above this town that it guided me to come by here.
Does that mean you're gonna be staying around for a little while?
I will stay here as long as you want me to.
Then you're gonna be here a very long time.
Jake slept with your wife?
Yep.
Good God, Thorne.
Happened when we were separated. Macy says it happened just once. She needed me, and I wasn't there, and Jake was. And he was going through all these problems at the time. And, you know how it goes.
No, I don't know how it goes, Thorne. Sorry, I've never been in that situation before.
No, you haven't, have you? You and Caroline never had that kind of problem. I'm sorry. Ridge, if you had, and you were in my position, and Caroline had done this to you, how would you have handled it?
Jake, please, I want you to stay here and talk to her.
I've talked myself blue in the face over this damn thing.
Then leave, Jake. Go on. No one's forcing you to stay. But if you need help and you don't get it, then serious things can happen. Will happen.
Serious things have happened, Doc.
Margot, would you please leave your brother and me alone for a little while?
Sure. It's gonna be okay.
What are you telling us, Jake? Or what are you trying to tell us?
I'm not trying to tell you anything.
Serious things have already happened, Doc. That's what you just said to me. And if you ask me, that sounds like a signal.
A signal? What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. You are a man in trouble, deep psychological trouble.
Don't pretend you aren't. Don't try to hide from it.
This is your bread and butter, isn't it? I mean, convincing people that they're crazy.
Jake, you have been through something that no one could go through without reacting to it. It just simply will not disappear.
Think I don't know that?
Then why are you resisting help?
I have had help. Look where it's gotten me.
No, you have only had a few sessions. You need a lot more.
Well, how much more? A year? 10 years?
I don't know. That is something that you will have to decide.
Well, I have decided I don't need any more therapy. Thank you, Doc.
Really? Tell me about your job. How are things going there?
I don't know if I can answer that, Thorne.
Of course you can answer it, Ridge. If Caroline had cheated on you with someone who you thought was a friend, what would you do?
Look, I'm not suggesting that you do this, but
But you'd probably have wanted to kill the guy.
if you confronted Jake with this,
Yes,
how'd that go?
I hit him. And then I hit him again.
And then you fired him.
Yes.
You feel better?
No.
So what are you gonna do?
Maybe I'll hit him again. I don't know.
Thorne, if that was the solution, I'd probably say go for it. But unfortunately, it's not that simple. Especially when you're dealing with someone like Jake, who's been through what he's been through.
I asked you about your job.
There is no job. I was fired. Thorne found out the truth about Macy and me.
How does that make you feel?
Unemployed.
Other than that,
Bitter.
why?
All my life, I have just been beaten up all over the lot. I don't mean physically. I've been able to defend myself, but psychologically, I've really taken a pretty good beating. I mean, believing it was my father who molested me, and then finding out it was my uncle who did it. Man, that just took me to the cleaners. And then Macy comes along. She helps me realize that it's possible to love and be loved. And one time, just once, we made love. Then Thorne finds out. What does he do? He hits me. And then he hits me again. And just like when I was a kid who felt guilty for being abused, suddenly I'm feeling guilty again. And it's this time because I'm falling in love with the only woman who can help me grow. And you asked me why I feel bitter. And if Thorne were in this room right now, Dr. Hayes, I might just go after him.
Very nice, Mr. Hayes.
Wasn't meant to be nice.
No, and obviously it wasn't meant to be sincere either. If ever I was convinced that you don't love my daughter, I'm convinced of it now.
Ridge, you're not saying what it sounds like you're saying, are you?
I'm not siding with Jake if that's what you're asking.
Look, no one knows what that guy has been through more than I do, with the possible exception of Felicia. Hell, I work side by side with that guy. And that's what galls me to death.
Thor, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
This fling with Macy, did it happen before or after you hired him?
Before,
And now it's over?
so they tell me.
Well, either you're going to believe them or you're not. Which is it?
I don't think Macy's sleeping with him. I know she still cares about him, and I know that there's an involvement there.
On whose part?
His, for sure.
What about Macy?
Well, like I said, I know that she still cares about him. Hell, I still cared about him until a few days ago.
The guy has had it rough.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he? But you know what, Ridge? I have a lot of trouble feeling any sympathy for him right now.
Where does Felicia fit into all this?
Felicia told me about him and Macy.
She knew about it?
She knew all along.
Why didn't she say something before now?
Because our sister feels for him, too.
Thorne, wait a minute. I think there's more going on here than we all realize. Look, I know you're upset, and I would be too. But before you go and do something stupid, I think you better give it some time.
Well, I'll ask you again, Ridge. Would you give it time if it were Caroline?
Look, Thorne, I really don't appreciate the analogy, all right? I've got a lot of work to do. So do you.
Right.
I have one question.
What?
Is this what it's going to be like from now on for the rest of our lives? One incredible day after another?
Yes. For the rest of our lives.
Maybe we're going through a phase or something, but I can't believe that two people can share the kind of life that we're sharing with the intensity that we have, all through their marriage. It all seems too perfect, you know what I mean? I don't ever want to be without you. You've come to mean more to me than you'll know. I love you, Caroline Forrester. I love you.
You don't need that gun, Bonnie. I'm not going to overpower you, and we both know you're not going to use it. Now, you and I have some serious talking to do, so why don't you just put that thing down?
All right, Mr. Hayes. Talk about what?
You know very well what we have to talk about.
Oh, do I? You gonna ask for my daughter's hand in marriage?
Well, not today.
No, somehow I didn't think so.
But I do care about her.
All right. What is all this leading to? What is this all about?
It's about that gun. That gun and your attitude have proved something to me today.
Well, hey, put me out of my misery. What does it prove?
I know what you're hiding, Bonnie. It's about Faith, and it's about her father. You see, I know who he is.
Jewelry provided by Stephen Dweck. Join us again for The Bold and the Beautiful.